I co-own with my husband, who's sitting in the front here. We started it in 2004. A lot of people wonder how the heck it is that we spend every day together. It's kind of awesome because we like each other a lot, but if we didn't, our company probably wouldn't be as successful as it is. Personally, yes, I live in Victoria, BC, so closest places people often recognize are Vancouver and Seattle, really close. You can actually take a ferry boat from the inner harbor in Victoria right to downtown Seattle, so we've got lots of American neighbors and we share a lot of water with. So I'm a mom, these are my two boys, and my husband. This one over here changes color of hair a lot. And I'm a proud cat owner. Anybody who knows me on Facebook knows I really like cats. And her name is Lola. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how to take your followers from the Facebook like to the on-site buy now, which is really what we want everybody to do. Why do we care? Because there are 2 billion unique monthly users. So that little red dot is one person. That is 1 million times 2,000. Whoa, that is a lot of people on Facebook every month. Those are unique users. So who are they? They're almost 50-50 male and female. Fun fact, 50% of people in the age group of 18 to 34 are on Facebook the second they wake up. I am a little older than that. I do it. I probably shouldn't, but I do. I actually do it before I go to sleep too. Anybody who knows me, it's like, oh yeah, almost in bed. They are really all ages. There's some demographics are a little bit higher, but really when you look at it, everyone from great grandma to kids, even if they aren't at the right age, you know, I know we set up profiles for our kids and pretended they were 13 or whatever it was. I actually don't know what the name is, but everybody's on there. They like siestas. So highest traffic time is midweek from 1 till 3 p.m. Kind of think of, oh, I just had lunch and I kind of don't want to go back to work. That's when people are on Facebook. So as a boss, that sucks, but good, you know, to know if you're managing social media. They can't wait for the weekend. Thursdays and Fridays have 18% higher engagement. And you have to think about what people are doing. They're planning what they're going to do. They're planning who they're getting together with. That's what they're doing. They're starting to think about what the weekend's going to look like. Most importantly, everybody on social media is a very special snowflake. I'm sure you've all encountered this. Everybody is really important, and their opinion is the most important thing, and they really, really, really are your very favorite customer, and they really, really should get away with everything. So remember that. It's not always easy to deal with, but that is a true fact. Where are they coming from? 92% of the time spent on Facebook is on a mobile device. So 50-50 kind of on if they're on desktop or mobile accessing point, but actual time on Facebook is on a mobile device. 1/3 of e-commerce sales happen on a mobile device. So you start to put that together, you got to think, yeah, this is a really important kind of thing to consider when we're thinking about where we're taking the users from the Facebook post into your site. Facebook is mobile friendly, but it's your site. You need to think about that, because when you're putting something out and then directing through the link, they'll come to this page, they go like, ooh, this is awesome, and then, you know, and mobile friendly is obviously an important thing just from an SEO perspective as well. But what are they up to? They're ranting. Everybody's ranting. They are sharing pics and videos of cats. Sometimes other animals, but I'm looking at the cats. They're killing time. They're avoiding work. They're buying stuff. They're planning stuff. That's really what we're all doing on there. And we're spending endless hours every day doing those things. And then there's always more cats. 4.3 million people like happy cats. That's a lot of people. The next one under that is 2 million people. These are just Facebook pages about cats, people. I'm sure there's other animals too, but those are some pretty major followings. Why should you care? You need to be where your users are. It creates ability for you to moderate what they're doing to you. So think about, oh, I had a really good time, or oh, I had a really terrible time. You're going on Facebook, they're tagging you, they're talking about you. It gives you the ability to be part of that conversation. It offers a sense of a connection and accessibility to your users too, because that's where they are in their afternoons. They're on Facebook and they're, oh, you know, oh, I want to send them a message, or I want to contact them. What's their address? What's their phone number? It just gives them an easy way to connect with you. This is a really important thing to remember. It really allows for unplanned interactions. So when a user goes on a Google and goes, oh, what are we doing this weekend? Oh, well, maybe we'll go on like a food and drink tour, like a, you know, go taste wine from the vineyard. They're looking at actively something to do. When they're just perusing Facebook on that Thursday, Friday afternoon, and they follow you already, or maybe they're being targeted by an ad, they weren't knowing that they wanted to see you. That's not what they went and looked to do. It just happened to be in front of them. So you got to really remember that these are unplanned interactions. It gives you like that space to be in front of them when they didn't even know they wanted to see you. Be where your competition is. If you're out of sight, you're out of mind. If your competition is who you're seeing, you're not there anymore. And it's a point of least resistance that wins. So if you can just give them that easy way to access you, like they're on Facebook already, so what's their phone number or where's their address? If it's already just there and easy for you to find, for them to find where they are, that's the best place to be. I know that I talk a lot, so I can't go into Facebook search. Just know this, there are like 2 billion searches a day done in Facebook. That's huge. Not all of that is going to be, I want to buy a thing, but it's a lot of searches. There's, I created a little bit link to a Search Engine Land article that really explains how to make sure that your business is best positioned to be found in that search. So it's like Facebook places and city guides and that sort of thing, and it outlines just kind of these boxes to tick to make sure that you're going to be what shows up when people are actively looking. And I played around with it a little bit today. It was fun. You know, I could see, oh, well, this person I know is in Orlando, has been to this restaurant. You know, it's just all kind of like showing me that this is what my friends are doing, and then it creates a presence for your business in a place that I already am. So it's also expected. People expect you to be on Facebook. If you're not, well, then how real are you? Are you really that, you know? Like anybody who's anybody is on Facebook. So make sure that you have a presence there. And it is, again, it's an easy connection point. And everybody else is doing it. So why aren't you? You know, it goes contrary to what your mom said. But yes, if everyone else is jumping off the bridge, you should too. How can you win on Facebook? So number one, it is a connection point. It is about that connection, personal connection. We have friends, I know it's like followers technically when you have a business page, but it is really a social connection point. It is not business, it is personal. But don't take anything personally, because it's business. But this is what it's about, okay? So I'm going to pretend to create an illusion that we are friends, we're totally like jiving with each other, this is a really awesome time, and then when you tell me to screw off, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's cool. I really appreciate you anyway. You know, whereas if it was my friend, I'd be like, dude, why did you do that? So yeah, it's just really a matter of, I'm your best friend, but you can totally abuse me. That's the way you do business on Facebook. You need to listen. Respond to everything. If it's a share, if it's a comment, I don't care what it is. You don't have to be like really crazy about what it is. You can do a quick reaction, like thumbs up, a heart, whatever it is. Make sure that you heard them. That's just there, like, oh, yeah, they noticed that I liked them. Or if it's negative, they noticed that I didn't. Comments can be really simple. It can be thanks. Literally thanks. But how many times have you said a comment and you're just kind of waiting? You know, like, oh, well, nobody liked that one, I guess. Or maybe they didn't see it. So it just creates that, like, oh, yeah, I saw you, I heard you. And be gracious, even if it's a terrible review. Thank you so much for taking the time to tell me about your experience. You have to remember that your business really is not their friend, and they are taking the time out, maybe even if it's a rant, to help you. They think they're helping you, even if you don't feel like they're helping you. They think they're taking the time out of their day to tell you how to run your company better. And you get to say, thank you so much, I had no idea what I was doing. But you really need to share that gratitude with them, be gracious in the way that you respond, and let them know that their input is very valuable. Be a friend. You need to tell a story. Don't sell, tell a story. So Humans of New York is the most incredible example of this. This guy, Brandon, who's a photographer, decided to just go out and talk to people. I'm sure you've all heard of this. Take pictures, hear their stories. He has a net worth of $7 million now. All he does is tell stories. He connects with people. He does, and on the side, also selling books and also raise tons of money for charity. But he doesn't ever go, oh, hey, by the way, I want you to buy this, I want you to buy this. And you can really take that into any type of business. You know, obviously it's not always going to be this guy I met on the street, but it could very well be not as a testimonial, but your clients have shared these pictures with you. Maybe it was on a river rafting trip. Look at this picture that these people had this great weekend, and we think you should come and enjoy it too, blah, blah. You can sell it by telling a story. That's not a very good story, the one I just said, but you get the gist. Share in moments. So this is, I had to block it out for this client, but this is a way, so this is actually a video, and this is a way to kind of sell without selling. So it's just literally bees buzzing around and like the chair in the background whirring by, and it's just, we provided you a minute, and people go crazy for this crap. They're just like, oh, that's so nice, oh, I really want to go there, that's such a dream place. Okay, but as opposed to, get this condo for $99, it's just like impersonal. Everybody's saying get this condo starting at $99. These are the kinds of posts that I'm seeing for vacation rental that are really getting way more engagement and shares. It's just giving them a feel of what's happening in the space that you want them to go to. Get excited, like crazy excited, like that annoying girl excited, it's that kind of excited. Caps, exclamation points, big, huge smiley faces. It seems really weird to do, but people absolutely love it. And even in like the most boring, dry sort of a business, you can bring that excitement in. Maybe I would tone it down a little bit in some environments, but really just people love to feel appreciated, and nothing does it better than a big smiley face. Nobody's ever gone, oh, I didn't like that smiley face. And remember, followers are friends, not food. You need to form relationships with them, take care of them, don't gobble them up when you throw them money. So how can you win on Facebook? We're talking about that. Inspire action. Draw them into an experience. Words like this, make memories that last a lifetime. We've used this with some clients, and it's way more effective than doing something like, take this trip now, or go to this place. Like a lot of it's just click here to buy this, or whatever. If you make memories that last lifetime, you take the day off. We've got this. That works really, really well in business-related stuff. So it's like, oh, well, we're going to take care of your books for you. You just take the day off, because we've got this amazing solution. Don't say, we have the best solution for handling your books. It's, you take the day off. We've got this. Direct them to a destination. Find everything you need here. Like, literally just point at it. This is the link. Go here. And remember, people are so impatient and have zero attention span. Caps are really good for these kind of moments. At least capitalize the first word of each, the first letter of each word in these kind of call to action sort of statements in your post, because that's going to draw the eye. People don't read. Like, you're going to curate this amazing text, and no one's going to read it. So make sure that the thing you really want them to do, that direction, is big and just screaming at them. Give them something to do. Click here. Learn more. That you'll see more, of course, in like a paid ad sort of thing where you get little buttons, but you can still use it in the organic posts. Be consistent. So, post regularly. I have seen businesses where they go in gluts, and actually I have a client where I handle their Instagram when I'm on location where they're, which is only once every month or so, and I have talked to their staff. I have nurtured all of them to do Instagram, and they won't do it. And so whenever I'm there, we get this amazing Instagram following, and everyone gets all excited, and then it peers off for the next month because nobody does anything. And then I come back in, and then you're starting at from zero every single time. So just be consistent. Always have fresh content there. Branded tone. That's really important, especially if you have a lot of different people talking to your customer base. So in some cases, it's just one social media manager. In some cases, you've got 10 different people. You can really just have like a sit-down meeting. These are the types of ways we like to approach people. These are like the buzzwords we like to use, that sort of thing. If you don't really feel that everybody's going to consistently carry your brand sort of tone, it's always nice to have like a dash Mary at the end, so they know, okay, I'm talking to a different person this time than I talked to you last time. At the same time, though, I had a recent terrible experience with an online, well, it was Facebook messaging with a business, and every time I talked to somebody, it was a different person. And I was like, oh my God, I'm starting from scratch, really seriously, because that was 5 minutes ago. And every reply was like, dash Dick, dash John, dash, and I was like, what? So like that's when don't do that. If yeah, that didn't work out well. I was just like, holy crap. Response time. So obviously, like most of the time about Facebook messages here, it's totally okay to have an autoresponder set up that just goes, you know what, I can't reply right now. If it's really urgent, here's my phone number, give me a call, or here's my email, but I can reply to you in X amount of time. It gives that instant sort of feedback that the person is looking for. People are looking for that in social. They want instant. I said it. I don't want to wait 30 seconds. So it just gives them that kind of instant feeling of, okay, I've heard something's going to happen. Don't reply in 5 seconds if you're not going to always do that, because you're going to build up an expectation. So if you're like today feeling active on responding to messages, and then like the next 2 days you're not, that person who got that 5-second reply is now like, where did you go? Uh-oh, I was expecting a 5-second reply. So just be consistent in the way that you do it so that they just have an automatic kind of expectation for that process. Remember that the neighbors are watching. So what I mean by that is that the comments of your followers can be a first impression to their friends. So when your followers are posting, sharing, tagging your business, or even if they just post something on your wall, a lot of times Facebook's going to feed that, oh, so-and-so just did this thing at that business. This is your first impression to their friends, who are not your followers at all. So the way that you interact with your current followers is actually setting kind of that first impression out to their friends. Friends are more likely to like what their friends like. Keep that in mind. So when you're doing that, you've already kind of built up that trust. You're not starting from scratch. You've already done that kind of first handshake kind of via through your followers that you already had. So how can you lose at Facebook? Because everyone wants to do that. Ignore all of the things that I just said. Done deal. And tell your friends that you hate cats. Also, this is actually not true if you go on a dog lover site. They would actually like that if you said that cats suck. So how to increase Facebook engagement and conversions. Video killed the regular post star. Video posts outperform article and image posts up to 4 times better in our Huffington Post test. So in general, it's about 50% better, but like literally 4 times better in a Huffington Post test. So that's like not even, you can't even argue with that. That's crazy. Fun fact, square videos have 35% more views and 80% higher engagement. The big reason for this is we're all on mobile when we're on Facebook, so it's taking up your whole screen as opposed to the landscape, which just kind of takes a piece of it and just draws you right in. So go square all the time if you can. 87% of people watch videos silently. They sometimes watch violent stuff, sure. But yeah, so if you have a message that you really need to get through, that's audio, make sure that you're adding in subtitles. How to create, all right, we need to create multi-use content. So what I mean by that is we can take a Facebook post idea and create a new page on our site. So we've kind of just added fresh content, which is awesome. Then do a social post directing everybody to that content. And hopefully like it would be maybe something that you could list supplies or something where people can buy it if that's sort of your deal. We have a client where they are selling like soap making products. So it's like, here's a recipe, and then take them through to that page that has links to all of the products. And ideally, maybe you might have even pre-packaged it all into one thing that they can go, oh, I can just buy that. And then you can recreate another post using all that same image, all that same information, but create like an image card, like an easy reference. If it was a recipe, that's a really easy way to go about it. Like, oh, that recipe that we did last week, here's a really quick and easy way to see that. And then you reuse the content again. Then again, you can do a repost of that. 2 months later, oh, we had this post that we did so-and-so, you know, maybe last month, or it could even be last Halloween, and it did really, really well. So there's nothing wrong with reposting something, so long as you know why you're doing it. Don't repost just to fill the void of your Facebook page. But if it's something that has always consistently gotten really good reactions, so this is a really, really popular post, so we're resharing it again. Thanks so much for all of your positive feedback. Cater to your audience. So close for the platform they're on. I say this just because with the integration of Instagram and Facebook together, I do see people going on Instagram and then just doing the share on Facebook. It's kind of easy. they're not the same animal. I don't post the same thing to those two platforms. I don't recommend that you do. Once in a while, I'll use that function for the square video because it's really easy. So I'll upload my video on Instagram, share it to Facebook, boot over to Facebook, and then edit all the text that's going along with it. So on Instagram, I'm using like 8 million, well not 8 million, but a lot of hashtags, whereas on Facebook, I'm not. So I don't like to see that, they're all the same because they're not. Make sure you're posting when your users are most active, and that's a really easy thing to find. Just go into your Facebook Insights, you can see what your audiences are doing, what time they're awake, what they're doing. There's no point in throwing everything out there at a room where no one's in it. So thank you for being here, because I would feel really stupid if I was talking to an empty room. I did my research. I found out you're all going to be here at 3, 4. I can't remember what time it was. 4. Create expected posts. So what I mean by that is just having a regular thing that your visitors can look to come back for, and make sure it's consistent. So don't say, oh, really good idea, and then try every month and go, oh, it didn't work, and then drop it. If you're gonna drop it because it didn't work, then explain why you dropped it so you can let people know you're not gonna, tell them to come back for a thing and then take it away. But it could be once a week, it could be once a day, and just build that consistency. How to increase Facebook engagement? Oh, right, tag. So, product tags on Facebook, if you haven't used them, do use them. It's not going to work for every single company out there, but for sure, if you have products you're selling, product tags are so easy to do. I can't go into how to do that, but if you don't know how to do it, quick Google search will explain it to you. But basically, it gives people a really quick and easy way to go right to the product that you're talking about in your Facebook post. And since adding them to one of our clients, we saw a huge increase in sales just by having that little product tag added in. Hashtags, there's debate over whether they're useful or not on Facebook. No conclusive evidence on that. I like to put a couple in, like 5 absolute maximum. I also like to separate it from the content, so it's not like, here's what I want to say and then hashtag. Create that line break. And tagging people on pages is a really great way to get in front of audiences that are not your own. So, but it has to be relevant. So if you're, perchance, we have a client in Whistler, so, and it's really easy to tag kind of a local festival that might be happening. We're really excited for our guests who are going to be coming to be in the Writers' Festival. Tag them in it. All of a sudden, you got yourself in front of their whole followers as well. So those sorts of things. Another example, Crankworks, big bike competition, tagging some of the athletes that were in that, you get in front of their followers again. So how do you carry this awesome experience over into your site for the coveted buy now click? Don't tick people off. Do not make grumpy cat happen. And how do you not tick them off? Don't sell them again. You had me. Oh my God, I clicked it. I was like, yes, I want that. So don't take me to a page that's now going to start the whole freaking sales pitch over again. If you have the budget, create landing pages. If you don't have the budget, find the page that's best going to suit what you just promised to give them. Do not take them to your own page. Do not take them to the first step in the process. Take them to the clearest path. You do not, like, if you come in and been like, really great, was like hello, and then said something really terrible, the whole story would have gone really different. Because he had her at hello, and then he's like, yo, what's up? She wouldn't have said you had me at hello. You had to say the right thing. So just don't offer that to yourself to screw up. Don't take them to Oz. So this is kind of that whole, like, I was on Facebook, which was a really great mobile experience, and now I'm not, and oh my God, this is like terrible, not working on my phone. I don't understand where I am. This is not what they promised me. Also, tone, remember, you're talking to them like a friend. We're having this kind of really great communication, and now I've just taken you to this really crappy, technical, unpersonalized page. Remember that you want to carry that feeling with them through the journey. So again, landing pages are my favorite thing if you can afford it. If not, maybe think about what's on your site and try it, because people don't ever go, oh, I didn't like that feeling of being included in what you were saying. Like, take social out of it. You should really be talking to people on your site and creating an environment where they're part of an experience. Discount codes. What do I think of those? They're also known as exit signs. So, promo code. Enter your promo code here, right? No, don't leave me. Because they didn't have the promo code. Now they're going off. They're like, oh, promo code? I didn't know I had a promo code. Oh crap, where's my promo just brought them there. So if you're doing a Facebook post, obviously make that promo code really obvious in the Facebook post itself. But this can apply to even if people are coming through organically just from the search engines. Promo codes that work for you, not against you. Here's a little trick that I've discovered. Post your codes on the Facebook page, pin it to the top of, so you can just pin the post, it's right there. If you have a current promo code or discount, it will be there all the time. It becomes an easy reference place. So then you can add a note on your site under the enter code, directing users to your Facebook page. Provide a link that opens in any window so they're not, totally ejecting from your site. Then they can go over to Facebook, and you're going to say, hey, our top pinned post, if you have any current promo codes or discount, is going to be right there. So you don't have to go anywhere looking. Don't leave your sites. Just go over there. Chances are they're also going to follow you if they didn't already. Because then you can gain new followers, you can keep them in your control, you can avoid the frustration of them going off into who knows where, trying to find that discount, and really, potentially, you could have lost them. Make the buying process as easy as possible. Only require information that you actually need. Everyone's like, oh, well, I've got them here now, I know everything about them. Yeah, that's like the fastest way to just irritate a person. Especially, if they're on like a bad connection maybe, or if they're on mobile, or typing. I am a really big fan of the login with Facebook. I used to be a little weary of it, but I've just been like, now I'm like, just take my soul. That was faster. I don't care. And more people are like that. It's like, I don't care, you can take it all. You can email all my friends. I just don't want to have to type in my address. So yeah, just offer them a really easy way to log in. Don't distract them from the desired action. I see like mega sites doing this, and I'm always like, really? People also bought, but I was using by this, and now you're just distracting me. Like, tell me that after I bought it. Oh, we see you bought that. P.S. These are really awesome add-ons after I finish the process. Don't try to sell me on something else, because I was already going to be there buying that. And remember the mobile experience. Like, go through we have a client that their site is mobile friendly, and then you go out into the booking engine, and oh my God, it's just like a disaster. So they done all this work to create this beautiful mobile experience on their site, and then as soon as you go to buy, you're just like, I just don't even care. I'm gonna go find somebody else. So last but not least, adore your fans. Absolutely, they are the best thing. I was recently at a Coldplay concert, and I just was like, every time Chris Martin, is that his name? Yeah. Chris Martin, he was just like, hello, in Vancouver, hello Vancouver, I love you Vancouver, Vancouver is my favorite place, you guys are the very best fans, and we're like, yay! Like as if he's never said that before to all the other cities and all the other people, but we totally believe him. Everybody wants to be adored, they want to be worshipped and praised a whole bit. Do not get stingy with that. Nobody I have ever met on Facebook said, oh really, I didn't like that compliment. Don't tell me how much I am. How much I'm adored or how much you love me. So that's about it. This is who I am. These are all the places to find me. I realized when I got here that I forgot my business card, so that's my business card right there. Take it away.